This is my second attempt to do this because my notes were wrong. I forgot to update my notes. I've updated my cheat sheets. I have a printed copy of my cheat sheets, but I forgot to update those. I keep updating them on the computer for people that purchase them, but I keep forgetting to update my notes when I see something. So I had it in there that you needed to make the left ribbon longer. That was that typo. The right ribbon needs to be longer. So I have 4 yards doubled. So 8 yards folded in half, 8 yards folded in half. Then I have 4 yards plus an additional 18 inches on the diamond dust. On this one, I'm not going to double. Sometimes I'll do another solid color on the back of that, or you can double the diamond dust. This is how you want to start it. You want to loop on your left side, and then you just want an upside down bead with one in the center. I don't think it matters how you layer them or how much they're angled. I wouldn't angle too much. I think that might make it a little bit more awkward. And I like to start with the middle one now. That's not how I did it to begin with. The beginning of these braids does not look great. It takes a little while before it takes shape and starts looking good. I also like to use 3 colors. Let me start over. I want to give you all the tips. 3 colors works best for me because that way you will never get lost. If you do mess up, you'll know where you went wrong, and if you need to back them up a little bit and which ribbon is next. So it's really simple if you use the 3 different colors. I also like to double the ribbons. The diamond dust is thicker, so it doesn't have to be doubled, but I think with the thicker doubled ribbons, I think it turns out nicer. This is 9/16 inch width. I can use that or the 7/8. You do get a longer braid using the 9/16 than you do the 7/8. If I do this correctly, I should come out with around a 32 inch braid. Okay, I'm starting with the middle. This is a form of military braiding, just with a 3rd ribbon. And this is what I dubbed Peyton Braid. I came up with it, so I named it after my oldest child. One loopy on me. There we go. It's not going to be pretty to begin with. You have to give it just a little bit of time before it starts looking pretty. This braid comes out naturally twisted, and I also really like it for draping. I draped it several times on Mom's in the 2023 season, which is the season I came out with this braid, and I really liked it. And I would bring it up in the center, and it just came out really lovely. I think that is so twisted. Okay. I want it to come loose, so that's a bite. So you're constantly snugging them back up, but that's the case with any military braid. They always do that. Okay, you see I just braided the silver and the blue, so I know black is next. So this is what I'm talking about with 3 colors. Now I just did black with silver, so I know the blue is going to be next. Just really works well for me with 3 colors, plus I think it makes a really pretty braid. You could use up to 6 colors. Up to you. Another tip for this braid is to use the same tension all throughout. You're going to have a nicer looking braid. It's going to have the same size loops as long as you do that. I'm going to braid a little bit longer, and then I already made a video, but I had given the wrong instructions. I was using my old tips, the ones that were not correct. Weren't my updated copy, so I wanted to make another one to put at the beginning of the video where I had the correct measurements and stuff. probably still leave the sound on the other one, and I'll just type, you know, the corrected, whatever I need to correct on this screen. I feel like maybe it's okay. Feels a little flashy. It's a little bit more difficult to make a braid like this with the camera between you and the braid, but I'm making it work. That silver one too tight. This one just does not come out all great. See, this is when I was telling y'all when I first came out with this braid not to go too tight because it's wanting to mess up. Did I think I missed. Yep, see? Okay. This is where I knew that there was too much space there. This is going to be similar to a box braid at the top, except again, it's only 3, so you get that triangular shape. But it will remind you of the box braid, but you get a lot more braid per ribbon. And when you get distracted too, it's easy to mess up. But it's starting to come out. You see, you get a point right there. And you get flat, flat, point, and then flat back here. And that is actually my favorite part back here. But it comes out to this nice triangular shape, and then it's twisted. It's just a fun, really pretty braid. Really, really happy with it. If I never come out with another new braid, I'll be okay. But I actually did come out with a new bubblegum braid that I introduced. Nope, wrong color. See, I'm talking and you distracted. I came out with a new bubblegum braid that I showed at Mom Camp that I still need to do a video on. But I have gotten a ribbon cutter since then, and since it's a form of bubblegum braid, I really want to use that ribbon cutter to cut all those ribbons the exact same size, but I've got to get the ribbon cutter set up with measurements and stuff, and so it's going to take me a little while, but I will have a new braid for the 2024 season. Now those are getting all loosey-goosey on me. Just constantly have to pull them. Just remember to try to use the same tension so the loops come out the same. And there is the back side. I think this braid is so pretty. So I'll show the other one pretty much from start to finish. There'll be a couple of sections where I don't, but I'll show you how I ended and everything. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to work on my Peyton braid. So you have 3 sets of ribbons here, one going straight down, one going to the right, one going to the left. I honestly don't think it matters what angle these are at, like if they're angled too little or too much. Too much might make it a little too awkward, but I haven't found that it has to be at a certain angle. And I find that it works best if you use 3 colors because you're not going to get lost during the braiding. You're always going to know which ribbon is next. So if you can do 3 colors, I would suggest that. I actually put black on the back of this diamond dust just to change it up, but it's up to you. You can double the diamond dust, you can leave it like that and have the shiny silver on the back, however you want to do it. But I do suggest 3 colors. Here is one I just finished. You see, you get this nice triangular shape, but I really love the back side. I think it's so neat looking, but it just naturally twists, and you can make it twist more if you need to. I think it's a really good braid to drape. The beginning never turns out really great, So I would, if you're having it just hang down, I would definitely cover that up with something. But I just love this braid. Love, love, love it. And the more you make, the better they'll look. It's definitely one of those braids that takes practice. Don't be so hard on yourself. All right, I need to give that a staple. I did double all of my ribbons. Like I said, you don't have to double the diamond dust unless you want to. If you like the back side of the diamond dust, leave it like that and have it shiny. That's what I did on this one. So that's why it's diamond dust and then shiny and shiny. I will tell you, I had the diamond dust on the right just like this, but I had it face down. I was trying to see where it would end up on the braid. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I may be wrong, but I want to say if you have it face up that it shows here, but I may be thinking of one I had doubled. I'm not sure. So don't take that as an exact. So these are my tips. Use 3 colors. I do find that it comes out better if you double the ribbons. Something about making the ribbons thicker makes a better braid. And then the other thing I would suggest, you know, when I first made this, I thought you needed to be pretty on the looser side, but people were making them too loose, because I noticed if you made it too tight that it didn't come out right in the triangular shape that you want. But I've seen some people make them really snug and they turn out fabulous. So I think it's kind of different for everybody. But what I want you to know is to use the same tension. Whether you go looser or tighter or somewhere in the middle like me, I want you to use the same tension throughout. Otherwise, you're going to end up with some that are really big and some that are really small. Now, if you do look and you find that you have some that are a little bit looser than, you know, another one, go into the next one and just kind of make some adjustments. Just kind of pull on it a little bit, just a little bit, and it will help even it out and make it more perfect. Now, you're going to have some that are kind of going sideways. I think that's where you get your twist at. All right, let's begin. I want to make a loop. Usually I go ahead, you can do it like this and then make your loop, or you can go ahead and make a loop and then attach the other two. Doesn't matter. But I always start with the loop on the left. Again, I don't know if that matters. That's how I started. Got all these ribbons. I do have 4 yards of ribbon here. The left ribbon, okay, I've got another tip, I forgot. The left ribbon runs out first. So I did make that about 12 inches longer, I think. Maybe a little more than that. I didn't measure. I just kind of grabbed some more ribbon. So I did 4 yards. Usually I'll get about a 24-inch braid with 4 yards. And so I made this one longer and I made this one a little bit longer. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay, I made this one the shortest. I made this one just a little bit longer because on this one I ran out of the right first. And I don't know if I just mismeasured or if that's the second one you run out of, because I don't remember having that issue before, so I think maybe I just mismeasured. But for sure, this one runs out first. I've had that happen over and over again. So 3 colors, runs out first, and use the same tension over and over. And when I first started, I made a loop with this one first, which is really awkward. And now I go with this one. But I swear to you, when I first started trying to do this braid, when I tried to make the first loops with another one, it didn't work, but now it does. Okay, again, I've got a camera between me and the braid, so it's going to be a little bit awkward for me. Remember, this start is not going to be pretty. And I used to make them really loosey here, because I thought I had to, but I don't as much anymore. It's a little blurry to me, and I don't know if it's just me or if it is. See, I always know which one's next because here's white and burgundy, so silver is going to be next. This is why I say 3 colors. Turn that up. Almost pulled it back out. And they're going to fight you. You're going to have to constantly be making these snug and checking them. So again, which one did I just braid? Silver and burgundy. So now I know white is next. I'm telling you that at some point you'll get confused and you go, wait a minute, I think I messed up. And so you can tell, you can back up a little bit and you can tell if you misdid one. Okay, so white and silver, so I know burgundy is next. These ribbon ends are in a basket on the floor, but they are pulling, so that's not making it any easier. But I need them out of the way. So, see, it's not pretty yet. So which one's next? Silver, burgundy, so white. I'm telling you, once I figured out that I should use 3 different colors, I was like, whoa, this is so much easier, because I would mess up. I would accidentally do, like, I would skip this one and do this one again and be like, I know something wasn't right and I couldn't figure it out. And you back up and you try to fix it and you couldn't figure it out. So now with 3 colors, if I notice something's not looking right, I can back it up and I can tell where I messed up, where I braided the same 2 colors twice in a row. And it happens. It happens to me all the time, so I don't know if it happens for a lot of people too. I'm definitely not going to tell you that this is an easy braid. It's not. But it is a form of military braid. There are so many forms of military braiding out there now. I would just keep experimenting with them and finding all these new ways to braid and coming up with all these new braids and just having a blast with them. I'm just giving you all kinds of different options, new things to put on your mums. That's not pretty. That's definitely something you want to hide, but it should start looking good from here on out. It should. Just gotta remember to try and use the same tension. Sometimes you're just fighting all these ribbons trying to keep them snug because they just want to back out. Putting this black up against the diamond, this actually gives you 4 colors, so that'll be even a neater look. So you could do up to 6 colors if you wanted to. In my very first tutorial for this, I used 6 different colors, just so it was easier for everybody to see. No, I used 3 colors, I'm sorry. I didn't use 6 colors. I used 3 colors, 3 totally different colors that didn't go together. That way, on the video, you can really see which ribbons I was using. I didn't double the ribbons, that's why it was only 3 colors. 6 colors would have confused people. The more I'm getting, more tips, the better they're looking. And if I make a bunch of them in a row, they start looking really, really good. But if I go a few weeks without making one, then I'm kind of rusty again. So if you got it down, I definitely suggest making a few of them. if you need to stop it, clip it so it doesn't come undone. I'm going to attempt to put my basket up here and see if that helps, because it is really pulling and it's driving me crazy. Whew. See how it gets all loosey-goosey just from sitting like that? I gotta try and fix it. Gotta have this triangular. I think I'm holding it different too. I feel like it's taking me forever to do this one. I guess because I'm at an awkward angle and I keep moving the camera, I'm sorry. My ribbon's got twisted up. Pretty that is. Oh, yeah, look at that. So, I was right to begin with. If you put it face up, it does show the diamond dust on the back side. And that's my favorite part right there. And it shows it there, and then black on one. So, having the diamond dust face up, another tip, it will show it more. Sometimes you just have to experiment with different things like that, with the ribbons, how you have them facing up, facing down, which, you know, if you have them in the middle, the end, whatever, sometimes that affects the whole pattern of the braid. So don't be afraid to experiment. Just remember to keep notes. If you're like me, you forget to keep notes half the time, and then you can't remember which direction you want to put them in. If I didn't say before, this is the 9/16 inch width ribbon, which is the number 3. If you're confused about the numbers, just remember that the lower the number, like 3, 5, the smaller the number, the smaller the width. The bigger the number, the bigger the width. Because it's like 3, 5, 9 are going to be your most common 9/16, 7/8, and the 1.3 inch or 1 5/16. Then like your 2.5, I think is number 40 if I remember correctly. Those are going to be your common homecoming mom sizes. And I do prefer luster over acetate. I think the colors are better and they don't tear or fray. Sometimes you'll notice with the acetate that it'll fray on the edges. And it's, to me, it's the thicker material than the acetate. I gotta pull that all out. It's getting hung up somehow. Ooh, see how that got all loosey-goosey on me? Take a step back for a second and then it gets all messed up. Here, Kit Kat. She's growling at the lawnmower. I hope the lawnmower hasn't been too loud during all this time. We're getting there. Looser. I can tell that's looser than the other ones. There we go. That one is looser too. Okay, we'll go ahead and fix that. There we go. I'm trying to keep the same smugness, but it's not always easy. My neck's starting to hurt. I keep moving my neck to the side so I can see around the camera, and now it's starting to get correct. But I'm having such a hard time really seeing the braid through the camera. Maybe I need to look the other direction. Even it out. I can't even tell if it's blurry or focused in. Like, that's how bad it is. I've even got my glasses on. I hope it's focused in. That would be a waste of a video, wouldn't it? I feel like I'm going to run out of the right ribbon again first. So I'm wondering if I typed it wrong in my notes. Surely I would have corrected it because I made a whole bunch of Peyton Braids a couple of months ago. And I would think that I would have written that I had it wrong. I know I recently made another video of this braid with new tips and tricks when I was making all of those, so it was not very long ago. And I don't remember what I said in that video. I'm going to look at because I'm constantly upgrading my cheat sheets, but the ones I have are the original ones I had printed, and I'll just write notes in it. But I'm going to pull this up and see. Where is it? There it is. Making the right ribbon longer. Right ribbon runs out first. So I had it wrong in my notes. I know there was something that I caught and I posted for everybody that had it. I made this mistake and I just didn't fix it in my notes, so that makes a difference. So right ribbon runs out first, not the left. Right ribbon runs out first. And I will try to remember to put that on the beginning of the video so people catch that. Yeah, that stinks. Okay. I did make it a little bit longer, but it is going to run out first. So I use either 7/8 or 9/16 with this. 3 yards of ribbons equals a 19-inch braid. 4 yards equals a 24-inch braid using 7/8 double ribbons, so 8 yards folded in half. Adding an additional 12 to 18 inches on the right ribbons has gotten me 27 to 30-inch braids. 4 yards equals 32-inch braid using the 9/16 doubled, so 8 yards folded in half. I'm getting 34 to 36-inch braids, making the right ribbon longer. So an additional 12 to 18 inches. Again, I only make this with the 7/8 or 9/16.